You know, first of all, preface. These, I'm gonna figure out a way I can do this on YouTube, but what I'm doing in these videos are, you know, they're the beginning. They're like, you know, you got the sculpture, these are the rough parts, and then I usually go back and finish it, and then I bring a finished product and show it. So I'm figuring out how I can upload that to YouTube. So without further ado, you might see me glancing back to this back camera here. It's kind of old, so I gotta keep an eye on it. But, you know, today's subject, we're talking about the box we put ourselves in, and that we tend to confine ourselves in. So this will be a good one. All right, and I said that, and I did not get any pieces together. So we don't go back. I'm just reaching in the box, seeing what I feel. I'm seeing some green. I'm seeing this nice pink. So make sure I got my red thing. Man, I could have started off way better. So here we are. Identity. The box we put ourselves in. What is this box we put ourselves in? You know, we tend to, the box we tend to put ourselves in is usually, it's beautiful. It's whatever you want it to be, honestly. It tends to be something you enjoy, you know, you hold yourself dearly to. So, you know, for my box, I'm gonna make it green. And a lot of people's boxes, you know, tends to be, it could be this, ooh, there we go. I know what I'm doing here. It can be this, it can be finances, it can be, you know, something superficial, it can be looks, it can be money, women, cars, clothes. It could be a lot of things, but one of the biggest things I think people overlook is it's you know, it's your ego. Your boxes tend to be your ego. It's what you think of yourself, you know. It's what your identity of yourself. And if you're not careful, you will let yourself get trapped in this box. Now let's go further into this box. You know, how is the box developed? You know, I think the box is developed, it's over time. You know, we experience things in life, and we experience things in life, and things happen, you know, hurt, pain, obstacles you haven't, you know, obstacles you truly haven't recovered from. That could be a good one. And I'm hoping my camera is on my face. But, you know, this is about the art. You know, as long as the camera's on, that's what really matters here. So, well, anyway. But, you know, the box, it's comfortable. You know, it's comfortable. It can have many layers. You see me here? It can have many layers, many aspects. It could be steel, made out of steel. It could be brick. But it tends to, you know, be well developed in a person's character, and it could be, you know, complicated, and it is complicated, you know, to dig deep and see what's really going on with that you know, with that aspect of you. And, you know, you hold it dearly. And I mean, why not hold it dearly? It's important to you. But, you know, this box we hold ourselves in could be detrimental. And when you're trying to rise up, and I kind of got this figure here, when you're trying to rise up, you know, you know, we tend to think we ascend somewhere, right? So here we are, we're ascending. You know, I don't think I have to talk the whole time, so you know what? We're ascending here. You got the arms. And of course you might see that I actually did do a quick little sketch of this. My last video was wasn't as structured as I wanted to be. So, but here you are ascending. Man, ascending. But you get caught up in that box that you put on yourself, that you honestly hold so dearly. It's a box that you know, this box sucks you in. We think about a box. What do we think about a box? We think about corners, restriction, you know, sharp, closed. You may feel insulated, things like that. So here you are trying to ascend to a higher level, right? And you know, oh, I got some yellow, no, I got some red, but you know, the sun, you know, when we think about the sun, we think about light. And this is light beaming on you, beaming on your body. And you're like, you know, you see glimpses of it. You get the heat, you feel the warmth, you know. And you tend to want to, you want to be around, you want to be near that warmth. You know, this is the, we'll call this that, it's like the sky, you know. You want to be near that warmth, but you know, that box creates its own source. So you may have that you tend to have this tug of war with stepping out of your comfort zone or getting into this box, you know, the box. And we're not trying to say, we're not calling the box like this, well, in a sense it's holding you back, but the box, you know, it's not necessarily a bad thing, you know? It keeps you safe, it keeps you warm, it's who you are. But I'm just trying to tell you that, you know, sometimes your box can coach you back. So let me chef up here, man. Let me work on the box here. Now we talked about insulation. We talked about, you know, the different heats, and it's a mixture here. You're trying to rise from somewhere. Ooh. You're trying to rise from somewhere. You're trying to rise from darkness. You're rising from darkness here. And I think what I'm gonna do here, ooh, it's been a minute, but it's soft, it's dark and it's light, it's all these colors, it's all these things, and you know, I talked about warmth, so let's throw some orange in there. And when you think about, you know, your box in life, some of the patterns and the strokes I want to use are going to be, they're not going to be struck, they're going to be loose but tangled. You know, and that can be a tough one. When some of the worst puzzles or the worst, you know, traps people can put themselves in are not the most restrictive. They're the ones that allow you to move. They make you feel like you're free. You know, it's like vines or, you know, Tarzan or something. You know, they get stuck in these vines, and at a moment, you know, these are invisible. These are invisible vines. But look, in a moment, you're trapped in these vines, right? And you're running. You think you're free though. But then again, you know, you get stuck, like, cause the vines eventually bring you back in. They show you, they reel you in. It's like a leash. You know, you can even use a leash term, but I think the vine term is more cool. But it's you're stuck in this. You're stuck in a leash. You're stuck in these vines that you created that stem from your box. Ooh, like what I did there? They stem from your box. And it's complicated, man. It's not complicated. It's not ultra complicated. It's tough, because you got to cut every single vine. And these vines almost have a pulse. They're real. They're live. It's cutting a part of you in a sense. You created this monster. You can look at it as a monster, an octopus, whatever you want to look at it as. You created this monster. You know, your ego, your box that you put yourself in. And sometimes this box is man-made, or sometimes it's made by others. You know, other people in your circle. You know, you may think that others are doing this to you, but you might have planted these seeds yourself. There's a lot of everything's about being self-righteous and the woke phase, which is kind of still here, but still not. But you know, most people view themselves they view themselves in vines. When I look at it, like, I'm not perfect, you know, but a lot of people think they're perfect, and a lot of people will talk to you as if, you know, they know something you don't know, or, you know. And of course, I have my own box that I'm bound to. I don't like people thinking they know who, you know. People, you know, put me in this light and I don't believe, and I get offended sometimes. So, and you know, that's the box, my box. My box is protecting my own ego in a sense. So we all have our egos, you know, and when it comes to addressing someone's vines and someone's ooh, And when it comes to addressing someone's vines and someone's box, you have to be careful. You have to be, diligent. If you see a person's really getting trapped up in their vines and what they got going on, you want to be sealed. Whoo, look at that. Look at that. You want to be able to tell them and warn them what's going on. Like, hey, man, you are stuck in these vines, bro. They're only letting you go so far, and you'll be able to notice that they only go so far. And it's a cycle. It's like, I don't know if anybody watching anime or was watching this, but there's a point when Itachi put what's his name, Kabuto in a genjutsu, and he literally was doing the same loop. He was in a loop, and it got to a point where he didn't realize, but he was nervous for like the first whatever days he was in the loop, but then he started to slowly figure it out, but it was too late. But it's not anime here. We're not this is real life, and you can figure out ways to combat that and get out of that. And I guess that leads to my next question, my next example talk. Make sure my camera's still going. Yep. My next talk would be, how do we release ourselves from this? How do we release ourselves from this box? And it's through pain. Not pain and you gotta cry and die, but to whatever level you think is comfortable. Some people like cutting the grass low. Some people like letting their grass grow high and then cutting it. Some people like to maintain it, And it all can be done. I think one of the biggest things, you have to just look yourself in the mirror and realize, are you at fault? It's kind of accountability. I think we deal with accountability here when it comes to how do you get out of this box? It's accountability, in my opinion, because you have to ask yourself, what am I doing here? What's wrong? Is what people telling me true? Are people, that's another question, are the people around you, telling yourself about your box? Sometimes your grass becomes uncut. Maybe your vines are getting a little too long, or you got vines in general. You want, maybe some shrubbery around there, You ain't trying to get caught up in nothing. You're trying to see it and move around it. So there's many ways to go about this. But, in my personal opinion, I would, always think about accountability. Asking yourself, what am I doing here? Always be your devil's advocate. That's how I think about it. Be your devil's advocate. You don't want to be your own yes man. You want to be a yes man, but you don't. I think clearly you don't want to constantly be doubting yourself. Like, am I doing this? Am I doing this right? Oh, I'm doing this wrong. Like, could I have done this? But I think maybe a monthly. See, and here comes the conflict. The conflict is that, you're getting hit from this side too. You're getting, you want to be brought up. You want to be brought up and consumed and brought into life and become this whatever your higher potential could be. But going back to that point, you want to do like a monthly checkup. See, I was doing a lot of daily journaling, but I found it just became too tedious for me. And also I just found out that, I'm a weekly kind of guy. I summarize, and I pay attention. It's not like I forget what's going on or what things really, messing me up at. I remember those things. Make sure I'm still good, but sometimes maybe a weekly for some, maybe monthly. But I would really try to, for me, I think monthly would probably be, monthly for some. When it comes to this box situation, we should do monthly. Or maybe weekly. Find out what works for you. Maybe every day you need to kind of reassess what you do. But the goal here is to realize that you have a space where you can be yourself. Be yourself. Move without doubt. And then check yourself. Assess the mistakes you made. Assess what's going on. And then carry that forward to the next day. That's what it's really about. This is kind of fun, I hope y'all watching this still. If y'all still watching this video, man, y'all some real ones, man. Y'all really support me, man. I love it. So, I love this red, how the red sits on there. The red is like this pain. It's we think of red, we think of blood, and it's violent. I love how these strokes are just violent. They're fast, and they're bold, they're bright. But you get stuck in this. You get stuck in that. you get stuck in that box, and we don't want that. And it hurts. Ooh, let's do some blues. No, let's do this. It hurts. You know, you got your ribs, you got your spine here. For this person, my person here, you know, you got their spine here, and it's breaking. It's tight. It hurts. Your shoulders, pressure is in those shoulders. You got the bones, you know. Your bone, that hurts. It's just pain. It's a conflict. Oh! Wait a minute now. Y'all hold on. Overheated, what? Allegedly, it's overheating, but anyway, conflict. It's pressure on your body. That conflict you bring, you know, it brings emotional pain. It brings trauma. It brings confusion. You can't move forward when you're being pulled from both sides. You know, you can't move in a direction when you're getting pulled from everywhere. You can't move in the direction you want to move. You can be in situations. We even put a cracked skull in here. You know, like, ooh, okay. Wait a minute. Let's get that. You can even, man, this is kind of looking good. You know, conflict. You don't want to have conflict. You want to be in harmony. People say, oh, life is about pain and moving forward, but I agree, you know, but you know, there's harmony. Where's harmony? Where's the yin and yang? Where's the masculine and feminine elements in your life? You don't want to be out of balance here. And they can work cohesively. They can work in harmony. Like, I mean, harmony is a word, you know. It's in life. Okay, so camera died. Did some funky stuff. Overheating. Sony's are disappointing me. Anyway, how do we get out that box, you know? That's the big thing. Accountability, self-awareness. It brings pain. You can get used to this. You could be in a position like this for a long time, years. And it's, you know, that's a scary position to be in. Look at it. You know, look at the violence. Look at what's going on here. It's a force. You know, you smell something you smell something over and over, you begin not to even smell anymore. You endure something so much, it becomes your body and your mind become calcified. They don't even register it as a problem anymore. That's why, you know, you gotta come talk to people, man. Reach out. See what's really going on, man. It's important. So, you know, when you come to this box and how you escape this box, it's accountability. Look yourself in the mirror. Who are you really? Journal. Who do you want to become and ask yourself what does it really take. Be honest. If you really want to be a person that's, you know, that's a good listener, you know, it's kind of corny, you don't want to be a good listener, but if you want to be a good listener, how do you move from, you know, wherever you're at, being a narcissist or whatever? How do you, you know, I'm not gonna get into the mental health and all that, but like, how do you become this person that's selfish in conversation to a person that's open? You know, you look up tips, and then you be diligent in those tips and understanding and practicing those things. That's what it takes. That's what life is all about, man. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. I'm making art right now, but lo and behold, I ain't perfect at all, you know? A little finger paint action. Maybe something right there, but I think life is fun. And you know, this can be violent though. The box is intense. The box is intense. I'm gonna put emphasis on certain points with the paint. I want you to understand that you can get sucked in here. With that, we're gonna paint. We're gonna finger stroke till it's dry. You know, highlight elements of the box because you want to have balance. mean, that could be hierarchy, and that's interesting, but it's a lot going on up here too. So, you know, I really want to, you know, people to understand this back situation. Maybe I should make that white, which I will. I'm trying to blend both. I like talk about facts and stuff. I like talking about things, and why not combine something I'm always, you know, like getting the flow state the easiest, you know, with, and that's art. So you go where your intuition leads you. So that's another thing. Start following your intuition when you think about the box. The box can also be. The box can be. Like I said, it can be developed by other people, and when it's developed by other people and not yourself, that's when you got to tap into your intuition. That's how you have to break that box that's built by others. You have to tap into that intuition. You have to follow that inner voice, and it takes time. I truly believe some people are not connected to, you know, themselves. Some people call it God. Some people call it whatever. Like, you know, Allah. Chi, the chakras, you know, all the things, but you got to figure out what works with you and what resonates with you. And once you find that, follow it. Let it resonate. You have to build this. Everybody wants to be a monk, man. Everybody wants to be this person that can, you know what I'm saying, manifest diamonds out of thin air. It's like, what happened to practice? What happened to patience? Like, what happened to realizing that you know, that you don't have that skill yet, or you're not where you want to be, or that's really not what you want to be. Everybody want to be a monk and want to have all these, you know, these crazy concepts, and want to be they want to be looked at by their friends as these great, you know, these cool, calm people. It's like, man, no, that's not you. That's you trying to create a box made from other people, because you're trying to please other people. You're thinking about other people before you're even thinking about yourself. You know, so from that, realize that you have to listen to yourself, listen to what you are. And when it comes to listening to who you are, sometimes you gotta step away from people. Maybe it's a couple months. You know, if you're constantly trying to figure out or weighing your decisions on what other people are trying to tell you to do, you gotta get up out of there. Because you're not going to live your life the way you want to. So, that being said, escape the box. You know, escape the box. Vision. Escape the box. Cut free. You know, I'm going to put it in here too. Cut. Oh! Cut. Free. That being said, peace.